Brent, off to do the gardening after this today. Take us through what happened on the weekend.
Okay, so a tree had fallen over in the wind and the rain at home, so I borrowed a mate's chainsaw. I finished just cutting all the branches off and tidying up the place, and I was up to my last little bit, and I bent over and just picked up a little twig, but at the same time my finger was still on the throttle of the chainsaw, and I bent over and look, at the end of the day I'm very, very lucky. It's a little bit embarrassing now because I've only got a tiny little nick. It's like a shaving little scar, but I was very lucky, and something I don't recommend, doing two things at once with a chainsaw.
You experienced with the chainsaw? Or was it
I am. I'm currently doing a building course, and that's part of it. So, no, I'm not very experienced with the chainsaw. I probably shouldn't have had it in my hands, but I needed the tree gone. So, next time I probably will pay someone to come and do it.
The SES?
Yes, I have heard of that. But it was only a little tree. It wasn't even a tree. It was more of a shrub. So I don't mind tidying up the garden at home. It's a bit of fun. Like I said, I'm lucky that it wasn't more serious, but we can have a laugh about it now, I guess.
What did the coach say when he heard about it?
He actually hasn't spoken to me about it yet, so I don't know if he's angry or he just hasn't seen the Facebook page and or the news, but Brad hasn't mentioned it to me yet.
Team photo day is obviously a fun time for all the players sitting there going through photo after photo. We couldn't gauge anything about the captaincy. Do you know anything?
I probably know as much as you at this stage. We did our votes a couple of weeks ago now, and I think they're all getting tallied up at the minute. And I don't think you have to be Einstein to work out it's between a couple of blokes, but at the same time, I think our current skipper's doing a great job. So he's led us to 2 prelims in a row. He's been fantastic. So if there's a need for a change, Brad and the coaching staff will decide that. And if there's not, Andrew will get the gig again.
Just from what you said there, in your opinion, do you think there is a need for a change?
No, I think Andrew's doing a great job. I guess they're looking at a transition period similar to what I did with Andrew. And we certainly want Andrew playing while our next skipper's coming through as well, so he can help nurture him, similar to what I did to the leadership group when I stepped away. I think it's a great plan, the way to do it. Certainly worked for us with Andrew, and having me as a senior player still there and helping him through all the nitty-gritties of the captaincy and the stuff that you don't really want to do. I was there to help him out with. So I think it's a good plan, but when that is, I'm not too sure. Andrew's still got some pretty exciting footy ahead of him, I'm tipping.
We hear so much about Jack and the leadership potential that he has. What makes him such a candidate to be talked about in these glowing terms alongside Andrew, even while Andrew's I think only about 28?
Yeah, I think it's what you guys see on field. That's what we see on field as well. He leads by example. He's 24 years old. He's got a long, long future at our football club. So if we're talking about long captain, Jack can certainly be one of them. But he's probably our best talker on the track as well. Gets things organised at stoppages. So it's just all those little things that a great leader has. Jack's been blessed with that.
So is that the thing? If it's not this year, he's still got plenty of time.
Absolutely. I don't think there's a rush to do it. Like I said, we've got a fantastic skipper at the minute. So if Brad makes that call, that will happen, and that's fine because Jack can lead our football club. The other important thing is too, we're mentioning 2 guys, and I mentioned them as well, but there's some amazing young leaders coming through our football club. Sean Higgins from the Western Bulldogs the other year coming to our football club. Nick Del Santo. They're all great leaders. So we're not short in that area, which is great.
From what you learnt the last 2 years, do you just have to finish in the top 4 this year if you want a real genuine crack at the flag?
I think you do. Look, you make the finals, you think you can win the premiership, but the history tells you that you've got to finish in the top 4, and to have a really massive crack at it, you get the double chance if you lose. If not, you might get a home final. So I think you need to finish in the top 4. Somebody's going to do it outside the top 4, no doubt. We would have liked to be us last year, but it wasn't. So our aim certainly this year will be to make the top 4.
For you personally, the 400 games obviously huge. How much thought have you given to the next record along with Tucky's record potentially in your sights?
Yeah, very little, to tell you the truth. It's been a long and gruelling pre-season, so we're pretty happy that that's over and done with now, and pretty exciting. I think we play in 18 days, so that's probably the next part of my thought. And like I've said through my whole career, I don't look too far forward. I want to take control of what's in my control right now, and that's round 1, to tell you the truth. Getting off to a good start. We haven't won round 1 against with Brad at the football club since he's been here. So that's certainly our aim, and I'll be putting all my eggs into one basket and trying to achieve that goal.
And last year you had a couple of really bad ones at the start too. That lost to Adelaide in particular. Sort of had some questions.
Yeah, no, we haven't started well, so we've changed a few little things up this pre-season, and hopefully that takes us into good stead for round 1 against Adelaide again this year at Etihad.
How's the body apart from the cut?
No, it feels really good. I had an extended break over Christmas. Brad gave me an extra 2 weeks off than everybody else, so that was pretty exciting. Up the river with the kids, and I've come back in. I've only been back for a couple of weeks, so it's been good, and the body's feeling good. All my running times are up to scratch and ready to go.
It's like all clubs are just waiting to see what impact the 90 rotations are going to have this year. Have you got a view on what it will have? And for someone like you at your stage of your career, does it mean you have to miss the odd game, do you think, throughout the year?
No, I don't think so. I think I've played in an era when I first started where you literally didn't come off the ground unless you're getting told off by Dennis, pretty much. So, blokes like Anthony Stevens and these type of guys just played 100% game time. And blokes like me who first started were playing 15 minutes at a time. So I don't think it matters. I think you can train your body physically and mentally to adapt to 90 rotations, no worries. So I don't think it's going to be a bigger impact than what everyone's talking about. So yeah, I've certainly been there and done that. So I'm pretty happy and content with it.
Any stitches in there?
No stitches. A couple of band-aids. That's about it, Steve. Yeah. Like I said, I was very lucky, but a little bit embarrassed. But got a nice band-aid, make it look worse than what it is.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.